Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. Today is going to be all about my top Walt Disney World tips. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so my tip number one is to pre-order your quick service meals. And this is something new that Disney just recently started offering, but pretty much you can log into your My Disney Experience app when you're in the parks, and only a select number of quick service restaurants are currently participating in this, but I'm gonna assume that over this next year, more are gonna jump on board. So keep checking back if you don't see your favorite quick service restaurant, but pretty much you can log into your app, order all the food that you want, and whenever you want to go pick it up, whether it's in 15 minutes or 2 hours, you can swing by that quick service restaurant, let them know that you're there, and they'll have your food all ready for you, and you don't have to wait in the line. So it's pretty awesome. Definitely take advantage of that. Okay, tip number two is making sure that you know about all of the free activities outside of the parks. So of course there's Disney Springs, but I feel like a lot of people don't know about a lot of the stuff that happens at the resorts. So for example, at the Animal Kingdom Lodge, they have so much stuff to do, and you don't have to be staying there to take advantage of this. One of the things being they give a free tour. This happens every day at 4:15, a free tour of Boma and Jico. So you don't have to make a reservation, you don't have to pay anything, you just show up. And they will take you on a tour of these restaurants, and they'll even give you free food. So another fun free activity is the Chip and Dale sing-along campfire at the Fort Wilderness campsites. And again, you don't have to be staying here to take advantage of this. And it's super fun for the kids, but I mean, let's be real, I'm going for the s'mores. Okay, tip number three is taking outside food into the parks. I think a lot of people assume that you can't take your own food, but you totally can. I grew up going to Disney World. I lived in Orlando for a long time, and my mom would pack a cooler of sandwiches and little fruit cups, and that was our lunch and dinner for the day. And they still let you do that. So that's an awesome way if you are looking to save money in the parks. Just bring your own lunch, pack a dinner, pack a picnic, pack, whatever, drinks, snacks, whatever you want, you can totally bring it into the parks. Okay, so tip number four is the Hidden Mickey app. And again, this is something totally free that you can do, but wherever you're at, whether you're at your resort, another resort, the parks, you just select the location that you're at, and it'll give you these fun little clues and hints as to where you can search for Hidden Mickeys. So it's really, really fun, and you can kind of check off which ones you found. So if you're going to Disney year after year, you can see which ones you found and which ones you still have left to go. Okay, tip number five is something that I really wish I'd known about before I planned my first real Disney vacation, and that is making additional fast passes after your first 3 are gone. So you can make your first 3 fast passes for 1 park per day in advance, whether if you're staying on site 60 days in advance, if you're staying off site 30 days in advance. But after your first 3 fast passes are gone, you can make as many additional fast passes as you want that day. So my strategy with this is knocking them out early in the morning or early afternoon, and then that way by the evening, you can start making your additional fast passes, and there's no limit. So it's pretty cool. Okay, tip number 6 is utilizing the Disney transportation even if you are staying off-site. So a lot of people have this misconception that you can only get on the monorail if you're staying at one of those resorts, or that you can only take a bus from one park to another if you're staying at the resorts, and that's not the case. Even if you're staying off-site and you go to Magic Kingdom for the day and then you want to hop over to Epcot for lunch, take the monorail. You don't have to be staying on property in order to take advantage of the transportation. Okay, tip number 7 is the buttons that they give you. And these buttons, you can either get them when you check in at your resort, or if you're staying off-site, they have them at the guest service area when you first come into the parks. And all you have to do is ask for one. They're totally free. And whether it's for a birthday, an anniversary, you just graduated high school, literally anything, you can get a button for it. I first thought, oh, that's cute, and you kind of throw it in your suitcase and you're like, oh, that's a fun little keepsake. No, actually wear it to the parks. You might get free stuff. So one time my husband and I, we were wearing our little 1-year anniversary buttons because we were there celebrating, and our waitress came back with a free dessert. So she came back with this cute little cupcake. I think we were at Ohana, and we didn't ask for it. She just saw our buttons said 1-year anniversary. So obviously there's no guarantee that you'll get free stuff, but it doesn't hurt to wear the buttons just in case. Okay, so tip number 8 is probably my best tip of this entire video, and that is renting DVC points. Now, let me tell you, if you like staying at deluxe resorts, but you don't like paying that deluxe price, then you need to rent DVC points. I'm telling you, this is gonna save you probably half the cost of going through the Disney website. So this is, I mean, there's so much that goes into renting DVC points, and I'll do a whole separate video on kind of how it works, the ins and outs, my experience with renting DVC points. But overall, this lets you purchase somebody else's Disney Vacation Club points that they're not going to use for that year for a one-time use. So it gives these points to you at a discounted rate, and again, it's about probably 50% off of what the Disney website would charge you for a very similar room. So if you like staying at deluxe resorts, or if you've never stayed at a deluxe resort before and you really want to try staying at the Polynesian, then look into renting points because it is going to save you so much money. Okay, tip number 9 is splitting your party to get those really hard to get fast passes. So let's say that you really want to ride Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and there's 2 of you at 11 o'clock. And it's saying there's nothing available. So what you can do is switch around the time and say, okay, let's see if they have availability for 1 person. And so that pops up, and then maybe you can try, okay, well, let's see if they have availability for 1 more person at 11:40. And so you get that overlapping time. So even though you have made separate individual fast passes, you can still go together because you've overlapped the time, kind of time frame there. So you kind of got to mess with it a little bit until you get what you want. As for kind of the time frame you're wanting to go, but don't get discouraged if you see that there's no availability right off the bat. Try splitting up your party. That's something that I would have never thought to do. It seems obvious, like once you hear it, but I would have never thought to do that. So definitely try if you're really wanting to get a fast pass that seems impossible. Try splitting up your party and see if that works. Okay, tip number 10 is that the parks will give you free ice water. So there's no need to spend money on, $3 or $4 bottles of water when you can walk up to any quick service restaurant and they will give you a cup of free ice water. That may be a little kid's cup, or it may be like a huge cup. So definitely take advantage of the free water and don't waste your money on bottled water. Okay, so tip number 11 is that Disney offers vegan and gluten-free menus. They are awesome about catering to any dietary needs that you have. So if you ask for a special menu, they'll bring it out, and then even say there's still nothing on that menu that you can eat or that appeals to you. You can ask for the chef to come out to your table and tell the chef exactly what you want. Obviously, they're not gonna create meals for you, but if there's a meal that you want, that there's a couple ingredients that don't really work for you, have the chef come out and they'll do the very best that they can to cater to whatever your dietary needs are. So Disney is awesome when it comes to special allergies and just specialty menus like that. They're awesome. Okay, so tip number 12 and my final tip is the first aid that Disney offers in the front of the parks. So it's near the guest service little building area, and they will give out free over-the-counter medicine. So anything really basic like Tylenol, Advil, ibuprofen, they'll give it to you for free. So don't worry about taking this huge heavy-duty first aid kit into the park, because Disney has everything that you need right there at the front of the park. So if you're dehydrated or you have a headache, just head to first aid. Okay, so that is it for my top Disney World tips video. Let me know in the comments below what some of your favorite tips are. I know I probably missed so many, but I'm excited to read through those. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.